Hey, Big Five family and friends. Welcome back to Pass the Word, USS Baton's #1 podcast and the only podcast on board that is focused on our life during the shipyards.
Yep.
I'm MC2 Ricard.
And I'm MC2 Gleason.
Today we're going to talk a little bit about New Year, New Me. So New Year's resolutions, sort of resetting for 2025, and a little bit of focus on mental health and personal growth.
Right.
So what y'all can expect from this episode is a couple of tips and tricks for managing your mental health and managing your stress. A little bit about what's going on board the ship and in the area. Some financial advice to start fresh and save some money for 2025. And I think that's about it. Honestly, do you want to kick us off with some mental health awareness?
All right, so now that we're in like the holiday season, some people kind of get in like a bad mental health space if they're feeling like lonely or kind of by themselves, you know, especially being in the military and being away from family. So I think it's important to be with like your friends and try to recognize those signs of depression that people could be experiencing, such as like feeling sad, hopeless, change of your eating habits, trouble sleeping, stuff like that. But it's important to remember that you are not alone. There are so many resources that the Navy provides for us, such as like DRC. You could even talk to medical or even your senior leadership that you trust. So it's important to just remember that there's so many options for you to get the help that you need.
I think that like the reality check for it is like it sucks. You know, being in the shipyards can really be detrimental, especially like to junior sailors. I think that the ship is doing a good job, like getting everyone off of the barge and into housing, but it can be like an isolating time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that, you know, it's nice being home with my family now. But I really do miss going out and doing some of the operational stuff. I feel like I was able to find a lot more meaning in my job when we were doing that. But
that's true.
I think that, I don't know. I think that the reality check is just to check up on your shipmates and on your people and make sure that they know that they're not alone, especially in like the holiday period.
Yeah.
That can be tough for people.
I think also like being in like a new area, you could take advantage of like all the holiday events that are going on. And like, who's to say like, even if you go to these events, you go by yourself, like you might meet like new people, new friends, and just have like conversations that, you know, you wouldn't have had, and take advantage of some of the stuff that is going on around here. Like, you know, there's like pottery classes. You could do yoga, like do things that like interest you. So you could create like new hobbies and make friends. Yeah.
Right. I never lived in PPV, but in preparation for this episode, I was looking at just some of the events going on, and Huntington Hall is popping off constantly. I think like they always have an event.
Really?
So I'll have to ask MCSN Lesher to see if he's been making it out to any of those events, because I think that's where he lives. But
yeah,
honestly, like just to close on that, you know, being able to recognize the signs of, you know, mental health struggles, and then just being there for your shipmates is super important.
yeah.
I don't know. I think that like if you want actionable advice for it, just talking to someone you trust, like developing a relationship with a leader on board, and really anyone can be like someone you trust that you work with. So, and no one's out to get you if you seek mental health help. I think that like the stigma should be completely removed from it, because no one wants to see you struggle. Like we should all want to help one another. And you can often see like that reflect in other ways. like if you're struggling. So I just wanted, like, for this episode, I wanted us to plug that, especially going forward into the new year. Like, we've been in the yards for 6-7 months now, and it is tough. Like, it's a different environment. It's not really the Navy that a lot of people might have thought they were joining. But like we had put out, there are all sorts of resources that you can seek out. On our last episode, we went over to the Fleet and Family Support Center. They have like a plethora of resources. Like, get on their website. And then on board, we have Ships Medical as well as the EIPC and Deployed Resiliency Counselors. So we have resources, but just start with your chain of command. Find someone you trust and talk to them.
They're actually pretty good too. I know when we were on deployment, I was struggling definitely with mental health. And during the classes, they would go over like some stress techniques or anxiety techniques. And it was just like, you know, just do breathing techniques, honestly, just to help you sometimes throughout the day. You could just like breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and then breathe out for 4, and then hold for 4 as well. So they have good tips for you.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that stress management, you know, maybe I need to listen to some of those tips. But moving on with that, I think that with the whole idea, new year, new me, not just your mental health, but your physical health, going out and getting some sunlight, going and getting some exercise, eating right. All of these are important things. So I was looking online, trying to come up with some stuff for us to talk about. Did you know that, well, I'll ask you, what fruit or vegetable do you think has the most vitamin C in it?
Probably like oranges.
That's what you would think, right?
Yeah.
No. So it's actually like red peppers. I think like red bell peppers have the most vitamin C in them. So that's interesting. Little nutrition fact. But I think that just building daily habits while we have a consistent schedule, while we're in the shipyard, eating right and getting some exercise is super important.
Yeah, I think it's important to be in like the right mental health state too, because like for me, I can't just go to the gym if I'm not like feeling like mentally prepared. I think the hardest thing is just actually, you know, getting up, getting ready just to go. And then it's just like a mental block. But once you're there, it's like, okay, you do your workout and then you leave there feeling like you accomplished something, like you feel good about yourself. So make sure you take care of your mental health, and then from there, your physical health as well. For sure.
No, it was a lot easier to go to the gym on deployment. It was right there. You could just have it in your daily routine. But I think now I would much rather do anything else. But, you know, that's all right.
Yeah.
But with that in mind, we have the PRT coming up. February 1st, I think, is the new cycle.
It is.
So I definitely need to get my cardio up. So I'm going to try and see if someone will run or bike with me. Maybe MC2 Jones or you could help me out and we could go run.
Honestly, working out with a partner just makes it so much better.
Yeah.
Holding each other accountable and just showing up. But yeah, you're right. We need to make sure that we're starting to work out again, especially after this holiday season and eating all that good food.
Yeah. February 1st is right around the corner. So
it is.
Definitely need to do that. I think I'm confident in my push up and plank, but the run is always what gets me. But that's all right.
I will avoid the run if I can. Like I swam last PRT. Oh my God, I died though. It was so hard. But it was better than running.
Swim. Maybe they'll let me do the rowing machine. I'm getting a little bit older now, so we'll see. So holidays are over now, right? Well, you know, we're coming out of the holiday season, coming out of Palm. So I bought Christmas presents for everyone, right? Like, my wife and I are going to take a trip together, but I bought some presents for my mom and dad, people I work with, all of my brother and sisters, my wife's brothers and sisters.
You have a big family too.
Yeah. So what I'm getting at is my wallet is a little bit lighter now. So I wanted us to talk a little bit about financial health as well on this episode. So I wanted to go ahead and say that there are the resources available. Once again, we just sat down on our last episode with the Fleet and Family Support Center. So go check out their resources. Any of the sailors that were on deployment took all of those classes or were supposed to take all of those classes coming off of deployment just for transitioning back into regular life. But they have those resources available, as well as all of the like what are they called on board? Like RP-110s?
Oh, the financial aid counselors or something?
Yeah, the financial specialists on board. Like they're available to sit you down, make a budget, and talk about like financial health. So I know that I'm wrong for some of the money I spent, but with this new year coming up, I'm going to restart my budget and make some new financial goals.
Yeah. There's this cool thing that's trending too. I saw it on TikTok where it was like, it's a book and it's for 100 days, and you just put like the cash money amount for like what number day you're on too.
Oh, man.
And then by the end of the 100 days, you saved $5,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I think I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah. That's only like what, 3 months?
Yeah.
3 months in a week. So
3
that's
months,
a really,
$5,000.
$5,000 in 3 months is significant. I think that like for saving, especially, you have to pay yourself first. Like you've got your bills,
Exactly.
and you've got the money that you want to spend on other, fun stuff. But especially on deployment, I got pretty financially literate with you have to go ahead and put money into savings before you allocate it to everything else. I'm going to set a goal for myself. Like I said, my wife and I are taking a trip, so we're going to be saving for that. And I'm also wanting to be 100% debt free. I have a little bit in student loans, so that's my goal for the first 6 months of the year. Hopefully by June I'll be 100% debt free. Well, other than my mortgage, but 100% debt free with credit cards, student loans, car loans, all of that.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And I've been pretty good about that since deployment. So that's my goal. Do you have any financial goals?
Honestly, I'm wanting to take a trip to Japan.
Okay.
So yeah, I definitely want to start saving. I'm going to start doing that book. So
yeah, that sounds like
that'll
a really
be like
great
my
idea.
trip money.
There you go. No, let's. I challenge you to do that. So like I said, those resources are out there for any of the sailors that are listening. Go see a financial specialist on board and set up your budget. Or go online for the Fleet and Family Support Center. Check out what classes that they're offering. They do virtual classes as well as in-person classes.
Yeah.
And they'll be able to help you out with any of your goals, honestly. So coming up on the schedule, just so that everyone who's listening is tracking, we have the safety stand down.
Oh, right.
We're going to do that January 31st, I believe, at the Nauticus. And there are going to be 2 different sessions, an 8 to 10 a.m. and then a 10 to 12. And I think that, aren't we planning on doing an MWR event after that?
Actually, I haven't heard anything.
I think that we're going to Apex Entertainment. We'll get some more information from Fun Boss and make sure that that's what we're doing. But that'll be exciting. Apex is fun. I think that like when I've been over there, we've played mini golf and
really? I've
some
never
arcade games. They have a bowling alley, so it'll be a good time. It's always fun to do that sort of thing with your shipmates. Off ship, go and get some good R&R. But yeah, I think MWR has actually been doing a pretty good job since we've gotten back from deployment. We've had a lot of awesome events, both on the ship and off. But so cheers to Mr. Jones over in MWR. He's doing what a good fun boss should.
Right.
But that's all that I have for today. I just wanted to go back and highlight that, I'm not super sappy when it comes to like New Year's resolutions and stuff like that. I think that, if you have a goal, like go and get it. You don't have to wait till January for that to happen. But it is a time of reflection. So new year, new me. I have a few goals that I'm hoping to implement. Like I have these financial goals. It's always nice to kind of look in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
Because like last year in around this time, we had just gotten our extension. We had just gotten into Sixth Fleet. And I think we were planning on pretty soon we'll be rolling into Suda Bay. So that was a good time. Lots of good food and a new place to visit. But that's all that I have for today's episode. You have anything?
No, I don't.
All right. Well, thank y'all for listening and watching. Make sure to check us out on all of our social media channels. We have Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud.
I think that pretty much covers it.
Something like that. But yeah, check us out on all of our social media channels. And thank y'all for listening. Once again, I'm MC2 Ricard.
I'm MC2 Gleason.
And this has been Pass the Word.